Welcome back, Wolfpack. Today I want to add to the ongoing discussion of why Netflix pulled the Stranger Things license from Behavior. Like many of you, I've heard two prominent reasons as to why this possibly happened. The first being that Netflix is working with Sony to get into gaming, and the second being that the license simply expired. On their face, these theories seem possible, however, even on brief examination, they don't make much sense, or much business sense at all. So, regarding the Netflix gaming theory, although true in that they are working to make a gaming streaming service, is the least likely theory. Why? If this were the cause, why was the licensing only pulled from Behavior? Dead by Daylight is a game that is on multiple platforms and has a licensing agreement with Netflix and is already on PlayStation. So what would prevent Netflix or Sony from wanting an already established, popular game on their platform? Moreover, Netflix could use their license with Behavior to promote their new platform or Stranger Things games by working with Behavior to run specials as a targeted advertising campaign to an already interested audience. Finally, Netflix pulled their license shortly after extending and expanding their license with Behavior. If it were for future business purposes, this creates a really bad look for Netflix, who doesn't need any more negative attention after all the recent controversies they've had. So this theory seems the least likely, as it would be more counterproductive to Netflix and could potentially open them up to lawsuits for loss of profits by Behavior, which is why it makes little sense that Netflix would have pulled their license for this reason. Now for the seemingly most likely reason. The license just ran out. This too is highly improbable, as it would not make any business sense for Behavior to enter into a time-limited licensing agreement for a major chapter they knew would cause them to lose content in the near future. Next, Behavior recently expanded their license with Netflix, so it doesn't make any sense for them to have not negotiated for an extension of their license. Also, why would Behavior even make a major chapter around content that they knew would only be around for a limited time? When we start to ask the obvious question, it becomes pretty clear that none of this makes any business sense for Behavior. Finally, even if this were true, there would be nothing stopping Behavior from telling fans the truth of the matter. In fact, there are countless examples of companies openly discussing contracts or negotiations that fell through in such terms that don't make anyone look like the bad guy. So we could safely rule out that the license simply expired, and being quiet on something like this, it's just bad optics for Behavior. Obviously, there's something more going on. Something that Behavior doesn't want to talk about, and Netflix doesn't want to be too public about. I believe the reason is pretty apparent. The reason Netflix pulled the Stranger Things license is because of the current state of Dead by Daylight. By now, it's no secret that Behavior is very badly managed by egos rather than sound ideas, and that Dead by Daylight is made up of spaghetti code, updated with spaghetti code, and patched with spaghetti code. And let's not forget about the horrible imbalance issues and the toxic community that imbalance and entitlement has created. Oh, and the bugs. Did I mention the bugs? Do I need to mention the bugs? On top of all of that, Demogorgon isn't exactly a powerful killer, and all the perks from that chapter aren't exactly meta-changing. Even after a rework, everything Stranger Things is mediocre at best. Finally, we all know the only thing as big as the dev's ego is their laziness. So it seems obvious what the reason is. Now, there could be many moving parts to this, however the main point is still pretty clear. Netflix appears to be unhappy with Behavior's handling of their IP, and that is the reason they pulled their license. This is the reason why Behavior won't discuss the reason they lost their license, and also seems to explain the sudden, lengthy sale of all Stranger Things content on their shop. Their egos have been badly bruised, and they are unable and unwilling to humble themselves before a community who would simply tell them, "I told you so." So here's my prediction. Expect sudden, out-of-the-blue buffs for licensed killers, or for DBD to start losing less popular or overly nerfed licensed killers in the near future. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, leave us a like and ring that bell. And always remember, I'm also on Twitch, and you can follow me on Twitter for news or updates or anything going on in the channel. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to see all of you guys in the next video. Bye.